Pokemon needs not introduction. If you don't know what Pokemon is, you probably have never been outside. Pokemon is huge. It's got games, TV shows, marketable plushie, it's got it all. I'm part of a Discord that has a whole role where we ask you what your favorite Pokemon is. It's just the way it is. However, a very popular opinion in that server is that Pokemon has fallen off hard, and I kind of have to agree. But it's not completely fair to just say, damn, these games are ass. There are definite few that suck, but the whole series is pretty memorable. I think the most forgettable one is, funny enough, the newest one. Scarlet and Violet. The story was forgettable, but most of the gym challenges were more of an inconvenience than an actual challenge. Most of the Pokemon introduced just kind of seemed boring for the most part. Other than Wormadam, that...
I know I've let you down. I've been a fool to myself.
That guy's awesome. I love Wormadam, but most of them were kind of just there. I felt the whole map kind of sucked too. I don't feel like the entirety of Pokemon should be an open world. I liked what Sword and Shield did with the wild areas. That's about the only compliment I can give that game. Let's just go through the list of Sword and Shield. The villain team is generally the worst. I thought Team Yell was lazy. Team Star is boring too, but I don't know. I guess I like the idea. I like the story a little more than Team Yell. I don't like Team Star for the record, but Team Yell just felt super lackluster and non-threatening. I don't care about the boring ass rich kids. Let me do the funny dog fights. However, one thing I will give Scarlet and Violet is that the game gimmick terrestrialization is pretty fun. I'm gonna be real, I wasn't a believer when I first got introduced. But then I got into competitive Pokemon, God rest my soul, by a certain world champion. And now I can see what they were cooking. Hi, cat. What are you doing in here? Sorry, my cat's here. I'm leaving that in. I don't care. It's still pretty balanced. Kind of fun for some reason. I don't know. I like terrestrialization. Yeah, I should get into Sword and Shield a little more now.
Day in the life of a true Brexit geezer.
Sword and Shield was a game. It was the most game of all time. That's for sure. I didn't like it at all. The starters were kind of mid. It takes place in Pokemon Britain, that should tell you enough. The gimmick, I thought sucked. I know a lot of people liked it. I did not. I thought it was lazy. I don't know. I think the thing they did best in those games were some of the characters were cool, and I like the lore of the games, gym battles being in like big stadiums. That's pretty neat. And I liked how the wild areas were kind of their own separate thing. They weren't like exactly part of the main story. They were a big part of it, but it's not the main thing in Sword and Shield like it is in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know. I feel like it's harder to do in a Pokemon game if the whole game is super open. Like, it's hard to fit in some lore about Pokemon gods. But that's just my opinion. That's my personal beef with Pokemon Scarlet.
It's time to go to heaven, my child.
Stop it, what are you doing?
Stop it, don't
Stop it,
fight.
cut it out,
Don't-
help.
One of the bigger flops, and in my opinion the most memorable one, is of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. The absolute worst Pokemon game I think they've ever made. My god, what an absolute diabolical game. That game is by far one of the worst in the series. From the sprite work being all like chibi, or however you pronounce that world, to the post-game being the post-game. I can't think of one thing they did well. Like, how do you mess up a Diamond and Pearl remake? But let's just ignore this one, and let's talk about the better Diamond and Pearl game. Legends Arceus is one of the best Pokemon games in the series. And a lot of people agree with that. That is not an unpopular opinion. It felt like Nintendo heard our prayers and blessed us with an actually good game. Arceus himself took the Pokemon IP and blessed it with the fun game mechanics, awesome redesigns, amazing characters. They cooked, and they made a 5-star meal. When I got Arceus, I could not put it down. If Legends AZ is half as good as Legends Arceus, I will be thrilled.
God, please not France or...
Speaking of Legends AZ, I fucking called it. I knew it was going to be Kalos. It had the least amount of content than any other region. Every other Pokemon game, apart from Kalos, had remakes or sequels. Mega Evolution was one of the most popular gimmicks, and Pokemon just got rid of them. It was so popular. And for what, Dynamax? Utter bullshit. Kalos deserves so much more than it was got. I want a remake in Legends. But anything Kalos related is so good. It's so good. Like, the TV show was one of the most popular they've ever come up with. I thought the character designs for X and Y were super good. Like, Serena's character design is top tier. I just really like how she's designed. That's why I have her outfit on. No other reason. No need to look into this. It's just I like the design. That's the whole reason I have Viper wearing the Serena outfit. That's it. I just really like her design. No other reason. No need to look into it. What the fuck is a Anyway, one of my more unpopular Pokemon opinions, other than the obvious, is that I did not like Gen 5.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
Put down your torches and pitchforks. It's an opinion, unfortunately. There's a couple reasons for that. It wasn't anything to do with the story, for the record. The story and the antagonist team were both great. I loved Getsis? What? I don't know how to pronounce that. But anyway, what I disliked about the game, it was just the gameplay. I know it's shocking. I found Black and White boring. I just didn't have any fun. I didn't like any of the starters. I didn't like most of the Pokemon besides Chandelure. That guy's awesome. I didn't like the legendaries aside from a couple such as Landorus and Victini. And that, I just wasn't excited to play the game. I thought the gym leaders were all kind of boring. I don't know. It wasn't my game. It wasn't my game. And at the end of the day, that's my opinion. Please don't come to my house. Please do not dox me. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees.
I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning.
Speaking of segues, can we talk about how good Gen 3 is? It's just by far one of the best Pokemon games. They really have it all. Amazing starters, likable characters, a good spin-off, and good original Pokemon. God, I loved it so much. Mudkip is such a little guy. I plan on using him in every game he's in. Before I got Pokemon Scarlet, I was not going to get any Pokemon game unless it had Mudkip in it. I wanted Mudkip on my team so bad. Mudkip is an essential. Quite a bit of teams I had Mudkip on them, and I'm on a mission to make Swampert competitively viable. God, I love Mudkip. But anyway, Gen 3 is just such a perfect game. It's my firm belief that Pokemon peaked on the 3DS. I thought Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was such good remakes. It made me happy. I also enjoyed being able to catch legendaries because it made my little 10-year-old brain fill with dopamine when I caught Rayquaza, or what's a better example? Let's see. Ho-Oh. Oh god, it was awesome. I played Emerald 2. It is my second favorite game, with Legends Arceus in the lead.
Loving that shirt, you. Surf's up, right?
Grego! Can't wear that shirt, bud. Bruce says he hates Hawaii.
In my opinion, I always thought the 3DS era was amazing for Pokemon. Say what you will about Pokemon as a whole, but fans were eating with the 3DS. We had X and Y, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, a bunch of spin-offs, Sun and Moon, as well as the Ultra runs. I really liked them, unfortunately. I don't have popular opinions. Sun and Moon, I thought, were really fun. I thought Z-moves were lame gimmick. I hate them with a passion. That's more because it's a lame gimmick. But I thought everything else was cool. I don't know. Again, it's not my favorite by any means, but it's still not the worst game I've played, by far. There are so many worse games. Like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, for example, that just spitballing, just pointing it out there.
Hello?
Loser says what?
Who is this?
Loser says what?
I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to say what.
You're a loser! You loser head! I hate you!
One game I hardly talk about is Gold and Silver. I remember my copy of Heart Gold and Soul Silver was hacked. So I had 999 Master Balls and 999 Rare Candies. It was great to not have to try whatsoever. So I never really had a balanced playthrough. My experience with Heart Gold and Soul Silver is unfortunately tainted. Maybe when they do another Gold and Silver remake, I'll give it a fair shot. Hell, it's probably after Legends AZ. Let's also get one thing out of the way. I did not play the original, like, Game Boy games. I also didn't play many of the spin-offs. I remember I played Pokemon Park on the Wii and one Mystery Dungeon game. I don't remember which Mystery Dungeon game that I didn't finish. But I've played most of the mainstream games. Keep in mind, I'm fucking 20 years old. I'm obviously not going to be able to keep track of this franchise that's been out since the 90s. Probably one of the most popular franchises in the world. So, yeah, I don't have the all-seeing eye. I don't know everything about Pokemon, unfortunately.
I got some jelly beans. You like jelly beans?
Also, with Pokemon spin-offs and remakes and that kind of crap, I feel like I kind of have to go over Pokemon Go and how weird I was with that game. If y'all remember, Pokemon Go was super popular when it came out. It was like 2016. I was only 12 when it came out. I'm still a wee lad at the end of the day. I didn't get my first smartphone until I was a freshman in high school. So I had no way to play at all. I had to resort to watching people walk around with their phones to whatever Pokestops that were nearby. I think I even remember I watched some dude get robbed while playing Pokemon Go. That was pretty cool. Not for him, but to watch, yeah. When I did play Pokemon in like freshman year, where my friend Sage Voyage and Clizzle both got me to play it, it was fine. It was a game, that's for sure. But I didn't see the appeal all too much. I made sure to get my Mudkip buddy. I didn't get a shiny one because I don't really like the Mudkip shiny. And with that, without talking about Mystery Dungeon or the Pokemon Rangers, but most of the mainstream Pokemon games, that's it. That's all I gotta say about Pokemon. That was Viper's unhinged rant about Pokemon. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in a month. Yeah, that's it. Bye.